Excuse me, what did you say? I'm sorry, but I can't understand a word of what you're saying. Do people actually say this to you? Well, the problem is that you are mispronouncing words. And the reason you are mispronouncing words is very simple. You are actually confusing one English sound for the other. So, in English words, there are many sounds, and some sounds may seem very similar to you because of your mother tongue. We all speak in different languages depending on which part of the country or which part of the world we are from. So, are we using those sounds and confusing them with the mother tongue or the English sounds? Well, if you are confusing different English sounds with your own mother tongue sounds, well, this lesson is for you, and you need to get these sounds right if you want to be understood by people. Otherwise, people will not understand you. So what are these English sounds and how can you stop getting confused? Well, there are two sounds. Now, this sound is actually a symbol. This is a symbol that sounds like this. E. E. Now, how do you say it? This is a long sound, which means that your lips are spread when you are saying it, as if you are smiling. So you go like this. E. And obviously, when you are saying this, your mouth is not very open and your tongue is close to your front teeth, which means it is quite at the front of your mouth. Okay, it's not pushed back, it's in the front. Now, this is where the problem comes in. People confuse the E with a similar sound, which is the I. I. Now, what's the difference? When I said E, my mouth was like this, E. But now I am saying I. Not but I. I. My mouth, if you notice, is very relaxed. I'm not spreading my lips like I was doing in this particular sound. My mouth is relaxed and I go I. Okay, so this is a short sound produced with a relaxed mouth. Okay, so there are many people who confuse these two sounds, and therefore when they say words like deep, do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like dip, because for them the E and the I are similar. So do you say E like the I, or do you say I like the E? Well, if you do, then you're probably confusing these words, and people therefore do not understand you. You may say leap as a lip. Well, don't do that because they are two different words. So leap is to jump and lip is obviously an organ of your body. Similarly, this is feet. And here you have fit, fit as in healthy. Seat, and you've got sit. Similarly, you've got seek. Seek means to find. And you've got sick. Sick means, oh, probably fever. You're ill. And then you've got sheet. Sheet. And the word shit, which is something you don't want to use. Okay? These words on this side are using the E sound where my lips have to break into a smile. But on this side of the screen, these words simply have the I sound. E and I. But believe me, that's not the only sound that you are confused with. You are confusing yourselves with two other sounds. This is simply the In fact, this is called the shortest sound in English. You know why? Because you're practically doing nothing in order to produce it. Your mouth is pretty much closed, you're barely even opening it, and the sound that you are producing is almost like a hiccup. You go like this. Did I do anything? Actually, if I were on mute right now, you would think that I did not even say anything, because this sound actually requires zero effort. Simply, So a lot of people confuse this sound, where your mouth is barely open, with this sound. And what sound is this? This sound is not like the hiccup. That is this one. This sound is the eh. Now over here, your mouth is open. Over here, your mouth was barely open. It was but here your mouth is half open, which means and your tongue is somewhere in the middle of your mouth. Okay, now there are people who use this word in an incorrect way. Instead of using they say eh. Don't believe me? Let me show you some examples. There are some people who say about. Let me tell you about. It cannot be about. It is Let me tell you about my book. Okay, If you are saying about, don't do that anymore. Do you say allow? I will allow you in the room. No, I will allow you. Again, the Don't use the because it's not required. Similarly, do you say against? He is competing against me? No, he is competing against me. Similarly, something appears, not appears, but appears. Appears. Arrange, not arrange, arrange. And last of all, you acquire something. You don't acquire it. There are people who say acquire. I acquired some property. No, I acquired it. Okay. Now, if you want to use the sound, well, you've got to watch out for this symbol. Okay, so in a dictionary, this is how the looks like. Okay, it's almost like the opposite of each other, but this sound is You half open your mouth. A word like end will have You can't say over here. It would sound weird. It would sound und. Who talks like that? So it's end. Similarly, you have elephant. Okay? The first E gives you the sound. Then you've got pension. Again, this E gives you the sound. Pension. Denver. This E gives you the sound. However, let me tell you something very interesting. This other E gives you the sound. So here you say Denver. So look at me. Denver. When I'm saying the my mouth is half open. When I'm coming to this E, suddenly my mouth goes, it clamps down, right? So Denver. Okay? So sometimes you can have many sounds in one word, but you've got to be careful. Don't confuse them. And then last of all, you have present. So you have the E over here. This E gives you the sound. Present. And then you've got November. This E has got the sound. And of course, this E has got the sound. Okay? So this is the and this is the November. Okay? Now, there are some more words and more sounds that you get confused with. I'll give you another pair, which is and a. We already know what the is, right? The one that we just saw, where our mouth, as you know, is half open, like this. Right? Let's look at how we sometimes confuse this with this. Okay, because this sound is different. Here your mouth opens completely. Over here your mouth was just half open as an and now suddenly you go a. In fact, if I show you my side profile and if I do the you will see that my mouth is only half open. It goes but if I go a, I have to drop my jaw. My jaw drops and therefore even my tongue hits the floor of my mouth. Okay, so you have a half open, a full open. But a lot of you, instead of saying wet, you end up saying wait. Oh, the floor is wet. What? How can the floor wait for you? Oh, you mean the floor is wet? Why didn't you say so? Okay, well, that's where the confusion is, right? So, wet is a sound. And wait requires your tongue to really drop because your jaw drops. Okay? Similarly, are you in debt Or are you in date? You can't be in date. You can go on a date, but you are probably in debt if you're spending too much of money. Similarly, are you calling chess, which is a game, are you calling it chase? I play chase. Sorry, you can't play chase, but you can play chess. Okay? Chess. Chase. Similarly, bet. Bait. Bet. Bait. Edge. Age. Similarly, get. And you have gate. Okay? A lot of you are probably thinking, well, we've made these mistakes before. And you probably have, because I know a lot of people do. But let's wait for the other pair of sounds which confuses people, which are this sound over here. Now, I know it looks like a mixture of two sounds, but it's actually just one sound. And this sound is produced, again, with your mouth half open and your tongue in the middle. But how do you say it? You say it as if you are saying the word air. So you say air. Air. The mouth is half open. Air. Okay? So let's look at how it is different from this sound. We know that this sound is A, where your mouth completely opens and the jaw drops to the floor. So do you say A instead of air? This one is simply air, as in the air that you breathe. Air. And this one is A. I've heard people say something like, I will share my notes. You can't share your notes, you can share your notes. Okay, so let's see the mistakes. This word is bear with the air sound. This word is prepare. This part has got the air sound. I've heard people say, don't prepare. I did not prepare for the exam. You can't prepare for the exam. You can prepare for the exam. Similarly, wear. Not where, but where. There. Air. Dare and wear. You wear something. You don't wear it, you wear it. And we know this sound already. This is simply the A sound, and therefore the words are bake, your jaw drops and your mouth goes really down when you're saying it. Similarly, you say stain, wail, they, and drape, and wake. Okay? So, I believe that if you understand the distinction between these four pairs that I just showed you, and if you go to a dictionary and try to see those differences in words and practice them, you will see a whole lot of difference in the way you speak. Okay? So keep practicing, because pronunciation problems and getting confused with sounds is definitely a no-no. People won't understand you and you will not get your message through. Okay, so keep practicing, keep learning, and I will be back with some more lessons. Take care. Bye.